Roxanne. The deck that beat us, so we built it. Big stompy Roxanne. Little bit of land destruction, Roxanne. We're going to be looking for that land destruction against Itali for sure. We need to deramp the hell out of them. It's a deck to beat other green decks. And I'll tell you what you do with every hand that doesn't have a turn 1 mana dork. You mulligan. Yep, this has to be mulled too. Awesome. Great start. Great start. But it doesn't really matter. If you have a 4-card hand with 2 mana dorks and 2 lands, you're going to win. The only thing that loses is being too slow. Take that to the bank. And just put away the big monster. Roxanne, on her own, is often enough big monster. Mystic. Okay, our opponent got the memo. Ramp it up. Just in case they remove the goose, you want to do this. And then what happens is that Mystic is going to die before it gets very far. Overlord. It's pretty good. Got a long ways to go, though. Yep, let's transform the Iron Crag so we can beat the opponent to death quickly. They probably don't have solid removal here. And we have to end them before Itali gets too far. Yep, there's a dork. Ooh, it's a good draw. I'll do it in a minute, though. In a minute. First, we 7 up. Drop ya. Put this down. I was going to get forests. I'm not going to get forest. I'm just going to play this out. Another attacker that can carry an Everflame. And we can make a food token. Defense of the Heart? What have I done? What have I done? Okay, I have a way out. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'll just be smarter than them. Easy. Shifting Woodland. Waking the Trolls. Hit you with some Land Destroying. Combat. 2 damage to Kami of Bamboo Grove. Sorry, you had to die. Defense of the Heart. That's plus we're pushing our Delirium, so that's exciting, right? Big goose. Big goosey. Gotta get it done in the air, baby. Oh no, there's no land in the graveyard. I can't ramp with the Waking the Trolls if I blow up a token. Still think it was right though. We take the W. Go first ramp. Tameo is dangerously fast and disruptive, but Lightning Bolt is a keep. Wow. We're good at this game. You know that? We're just really good at this game. Let's strike it rich. Mox Amber. Wow. They're better at this game. Like, what am I supposed to do about that if they counter the Lightning Bolt?
How am I supposed to focus on only one project?
They didn't. Cool. I mean, it does put us at, like, we have to kill it, right? If we don't kill it there, deramp forever. I should have played the Balagid Recovery, though. I was worried about Spell Pierce. Cobra? May I Cobra? You want to counter the Cobra? Yeah, this is the fun bit. The oops, all counters bit. See, we can resolve our commander next turn potentially, so they don't recast their commander. Yay. Do I cultivate? Resolve. Thank you. Appreciate you not countering that. Mystic. We has mana. What we need is Cavern of Souls. Fetching. Wilderness Reclamation, good card. It's pretty busted. The Battlements, okay. Yeah, we're in a bad spot. You're definitely in a bad spot. Let's see if we can get a counterspell. Okay, I get Halfling. Looking for some uncounterable legends here. I'll strike it rich. What do you think? They have like a Shark Typhoon. They're always going to have untapped lands from now on, so I think we have to be attacking, or we never will. Yep. Okay. They stole its abilities, but they used their Eaten by Piranhas. Smart. And they go Tameo. They're going to have lots of mana here.
I've read nearly the entire library.
And they're going to transform her. Yeah, this game's over. We're cooked. You can't beat Tameo, man. Maybe I should have mulliganed a few more times for Cavern of Souls or a way to find it, right? Like, that's all there is.
I'd love to hear stories
But
from
I
you.
think what I'll do is I'll just start casting. Just start casting Roxanne every turn here and see what happens. What else can you do? Okay, great. That was fun. Hate that. Everything sucks. Life sucks.
Violence is not the answer.
Yeah, if they've got a time warp, they've got it. I mean, this should be a Hell-Q commander. Maybe Roxanne should be too. Debatable. I think this is like head and shoulders above Roxanne. I think this is the closest to like something they should just ban, as I've seen in a while. Tameo's disgusting and I hate it. And I love it when I'm doing it, but I hate it. Okay, they scry to the top, so they're solid, right? They've got this. Big plays all days. Yep, I quit. I don't need to watch them draw half their deck. They can go away. Gotta wake up. Gotta take better mulligans against the best decks. We had Lightning Bolt. Was Lightning Bolt good enough? You know? Was Lightning Bolt enough against Tameo? At least you have a way to get it off the board. Probably not for this deck. I think in like a control deck, yes, where you might be able to kill it and counter it again. But in this deck, we don't remove things that way. We've got to resolve our 5+ mana spells. So I think it was a mistake. I think it was a bad keep. And now we're against a Revi and we're on the draw with no ramp. So this is a mulligan. Dude, I can't get good hands when making videos for you guys. I'm sorry. I'll try this one. I mean, we ramp into prime time. But Derevi is also a very oppressive commander. So Roxanne is in a hell of a queue. I'll say that. A hell of a queue. And Strike It Rich, probably the worst 1-mana ramp card we have in the deck. But as you can see, we have to mulligan for them. So you'll take everyone you can get. Hello, Derevi. What is a Derevi deck usually like? Hell on earth. It's so annoying. That's what it's like. I guess I'll do this. We need to chuck rocks at this thing. It doesn't look like we'll be able to next turn. So we're probably already too slow. Like, this is why Strike It Rich is a worse ramp card. Not permanent ramp. Very sad. I'm bringing it out. Untaps Bloom Tender, which taps for 3. If they untap this, they're a fool. But hey, I don't mind. You can be dumb, that helps me. Strike it rich there draws them a card, not worth. Gilded Goose blocks something to prevent another Derevi trigger. Yeah, the opponent has access to like infinite mana. Yeah. I mean, I like that they're not doing too much with it. Yeah, okay. Cool. So what's their hand? All counter spells? Lucky me. Great timing. Love that. It's our only hope. Dude, tough day. Tough day in the arena so far. But as we saw with Joda, you lose a few early. Sometimes you go on a run after. But right now, Roxanne is getting the absolute shaft. Just bad hands, too slow. Yeah, if you like being a complete dirtily waste of time of a human being, of which I'm not always opposed, personally, Derevi is a great deck for you. A wonderful deck for you. Honestly, it should not be a legal card on Arena. It should be permanently banned. But you know what? Here we are. This is the way it is. They're going to be like using it to untap lands. It's like, come on, dude. This Bloom Tender makes so much mana. It taps for 3 mana. You could be untapping it. Do you know how many Fairy Mastermind triggers that is? I might have to show them how it's done if we lose to Derevi after this game. Yeah, build it. You beat it, I build it. Takes effect after 3 games. We're going to start with this video. Cool. I mean, if there was one card I was really hoping to get to play against today, I think Nadu Winged Wisdom is way up there, guys. I think that just has to be it. Geez, should they play a counter spell? I'm so done. Worst game of my life. All right. Nastiest 0-2 hole I can remember. Or I guess 1-2. I don't even remember ever winning a game. But let's take it to the next one. What toxicity Brawl deck comes next? And like, we've gotta understand better our best cards. Like Strike It Rich against blue decks just doesn't cut it. One shot of mana is fine, but it's not something we can rely on. Oh my god. Yeah, 3 straight. Ultra cheap, get under you blue commanders. We're on the draw again, so this is another unacceptable hand. I will... God, do I have to keep this? It's... I mean, we can go get Delighted Halfling. That's what we have going for us. Oh wait, we have Cavern. We have to keep Cavern. Okay, we'll keep. The opponent will already be in a great position after a few turns, but maybe Cavern can break it up and we can start killing Emery every turn. They got the hope, so they can try to lock me out of non-creature spells, which is great. Wow. Sure, that might actually ruin me because of the Rootbound Crag if I don't draw a forest. But it will block Hope of Girapur, so they can't hope me anytime soon. I don't know about that Swan Song. There's got to be... I mean, they're going to see better enchantments out of my hand soon. To get Claws. To exile Rampant Growth. Weird priorities, dude. Weird priorities. I mean, they have mana open. Do I go for Fable? Guess I have to. Good name, Druid. I know there's only one cat. But hey, we got to eat their counter spells. There's no other way to do this. And we got the counter spell. That's not one they're usually quick to play. That's usually the last counter spell you play. Are they good Emery player? Or are they a bad Emery player? Braided net. You gonna tap that? It says I'd tap that. Braided net's a good card. But so is Cabaret Revels. Nothing lesser to go get. No Ornithopters here, but we do get to ramp. And next turn, the stars begin to fall. Yeah, I don't see how that's worth. I know they have the net. I don't see how that's worth it against me. That doesn't seem like a good play for them. I think they're better off drawing cards. That's what I would do. Especially since they drew Bobble. Wow. Crazy. All right, they have a way to stop me. I also have a cast trigger. Ooh, Halfling. Other things might be uncounterable. Tails End the trigger. Okay. I guess we keep both of these up just to keep Hope from being useful. I mean, it'll attack next turn. You're gonna have to stop it again. You have the net. But what are you doing in the meantime? Just getting cards off your Bobble, I guess? Okay, Inventor's Fair is here. That can start setting up Paradox Engine, but there's no mana production yet. That's what they're missing. They don't have a rock. And it looks like they might have... Well, I don't see anything wrong with the deck build yet. I just don't see a mana rock. And this is really good against Paradox Engine. Uh-huh. Only one counter left. Make them counter this, or play Lotus Cobra and get Revel's value. What would we get? Prefer to get something bigger. Let's get the Revel's value. Ragavan. Monkey. Okay, their last card is a Stern Scolding. Cool. 2 mana busted card? Can I think of one? Can I think of one? In red and green. Don't think so. I can ramp more, but I don't think that's my priority at all. I think what we want to do is Boseiju Paradox Engine if they go for this. Uh-huh. There's a Fabricate. I'm sure they're feeling great about that. The Boseiju's right here, though. Yeah, go ahead, cast it. See what happens. You have no way to generate mana. You can try to Bobble forever. That's your big play. this, I'm sure. They might trade it with Ragavan. I kind of expect them to, and that's okay. Ragavan's not doing anything. All right. If I play this, I get the Revels trigger. I blow up the net. They still don't, like, they have the bobble, right? So they can go Paradox Engine, bobble, 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 bobble. So what else can I do? I need to leave up 1 mana. I have 6. Do I have something good for like 5? I have Fury. Shh. I have to do something for 4, right? For 4. Let's find out. Not really, huh? This is not great. This is not great. Guess I'll just go for the mana. They know about the Boseiju from the bobble. So that's going to stay revealed. Yeah, they're digging. They're digging for help. But without a rock, like, they can't make infinite mana. They can just draw, like, basically delay draw their deck or draw, like, a ton of cards with the Bobble, Emery, Engine combo. Okay. Maybe Titan comes out and removes that. Like, their Braided Net isn't going to draw them many cards if they're just going to throw all their artifacts in the bin. Yep, that is a rock. Good job. Yep. So, they're going to untap the Emery. They're going to have mana from the Obelisk. And then if I blow up the Obelisk here, do they have the mana to recast it? I don't think they do. So, the question is, do we blow up the Obelisk? Or do we let the Paradox Engine trigger hit, blow up the Paradox Engine, then they have 1, 2, 3 mana to recast the engine, and they really can't. There is another way that we lose here, which is giving them a second mana and they have a rock. But 1 rock, is 1 rock enough? Yeah, it is, because of the bobble. So if the card in hand is the Mind Stone, we still lose here. So we have to let this happen. Now this gives them 4 mana, but not 5. Sphere, draw. I mean, building Emery, I am not allergic to the idea of. It's a great deck. I love Emery. Just doesn't win that much anymore. They've had pretty good stuff going on here. All right, our new objective is to keep Emery dead for the rest of the game. That enters untapped. Disgusting. All right. Try it. When it enters, choose up to 1. Fight target creature or destroy target land. Could go after the Inventor's Fair. But yeah, we'll go haste. Fight. Emery down. We need Emery to die for the rest of the game. Keep Paradox Engine in the bin. And we have to keep the life total low. Because of the Aetherflux Reservoir, and 45 is dangerously close. Okay, let's see if they have like Swiftfoot Boots for a little haste to really top off their turn. They didn't use the bauble, so I'm guessing whatever they have, they feel good about. I mean, they can go get boots with the Inventor's Fair. Okay, they have key. I mean, do they get an extra turn? That would be busted. Are they that lucky? It's better than an island. I'll tell you, it's looking grim. I think if I were in Emery seat, I'd be feeling great. I'm guessing what they kept might be something like a regrowth that they can't cast until next turn. Oh, we had to have a better draw than that. When you expend 8, spend the mana to cast spells. Yeah, I don't have any spells. I flooded. I flooded in the worst of spots. But yeah, this should 100% be an L. All they have to do is get a haste enabler like boots. So I guess I should have used the worm to kill the fair. Oh, they get the one ring? The one ring, huh? Could be worse. They get an extra turn, they draw a bunch of cards. They could still lose that game, right? That's not a good card. They put a land on top. Can't imagine why. And then it's the card they got. It might be... Wow, another land. The card they got might be a counterspell. Or... Oh, that's fine. Actually, that lets me use Revels again. That is better for me than most things. They have protection from everything, but this lets me kill Emery. I didn't use the Halfling, but I did use the Cavern. Should be fine. Dude, they should not lose this. They should definitely get out of this, right? Right? There's no way. They are punting, I would say. They're not using their bauble. They didn't go get Swiftfoot Boots. They're sacking this to get what? They had 8 on it? There's probably a few things it could be. Like Treasure Cruise? I guess. I mean, it's just more cards. And I know they have Aetherflux, so maybe they're just going for 50 here. But you can flood out. I mean, that Braided Net still hasn't crafted, still hasn't drawn cards. It should have done that a long time ago, but they sacked a bunch of their artifacts to not gain much. They're giving me... They are trying to punt this for me, and I appreciate it. I shouldn't have no chance here. This game should be 100% in the bag for them. Instead, they're casting Cornucopia and ramping more. And they're up to 25. Sure. Great. You know, eventually I'll draw a card that's not a land. Like, when have we drawn Ulamog at the right time, you know? Hasn't happened. Okay, they're milling. Wow. Dude, come on. Come on. Are you kidding? All right, please kill Roxanne again. That was awesome. Nope. Okay. Your face. One? One? Oh, the ring. The ring. What are you gonna do? They gotta do something. Huh? Huh? Awesome. No Emery for me. The pilot made sure of that. On the draw, we're not ramping fast enough. We're up against Yawgmoth. Mana Dorks are bad against Yawgmoth. Is this better? Is this better? I mean, I think Domri is just dead. Paradise Druid at least is hexproof. The Trash Tactician has 4 toughness. I'm going to keep this. This is a little risky. It might be slow, but at least it's not terrible against Yawg. Yawgmoth versus Roxanne is an interesting little dance because obviously the meteorites are pretty good. Because a lot of the Yawg creatures are small, but they also have a lot of death triggers. Ugh, the bat. This is probably Paradise Druid. And that slows me down so much. But at least it's not something they want to sacrifice to the Yawg. Let's see if we can fix it with a commercial district and find a 2-mana card. That is not it. Not even close. Neither is that. All right, Perilous Iteration is something you play when you have a lot of mana and not much to do with it. Like, say, the end of the last game would have been a great time for it. Or maybe if you're desperate to try to hit a land drop. Think of it as Expressive Iteration, kinda. It plays like that. I mean, iteration's in the name, so that makes sense, right? Cultivate? If we play the Tactician and they kill it, we don't have anything for turn 4. If we play the Domri, right now they can't attack it to death. But they do just need 1 more power. And it's not like we really want Domri out here dying. Whereas Cultivate, they can't stop the lands. It's not as explosive though. It doesn't create a board presence. And I bet Yawg is about to come hang out. Yep. So they're going to want to kill Roxanne, but I want that meteorite. We want a ramp. No kidding. Man, this card is busted. But we got our Paradise Druid back. Yep, these are things Yawgmoth is happy to see die. Happy to trade for my good cards. Oh my god, yeah. This is how it goes, guys. This is what it does. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 next turn. I think I have to get the Cutthroat now. I think there's no choice there. And we're going to put up a lot of mana and then maybe find our way back into the game when we can use all of it. But we got to build this huge mana advantage first. Well, that means it won't attack me next turn, the Hobbling Goblin. I might just be dead. Okay. If I get out the Overlord, it's a 6/5. It depends on how many creatures. Okay, that's really good. That's messed up. That's messed up good right there. How many more creatures do they have? Probably infinite. Yep, there's 2. I mean, it's just not close, right? Like, what a bodying. We took an absolute beating, but we went second most times. It was not a pretty time for Roxanne. Roxanne had a great time the other night when I was, like, making this deck. This was probably some of the worst brawling you can do and have nothing go right. So what do we need? I guess we need a board wipe, but that probably doesn't help us. Smashing and Stone Rain doesn't really help us. We're just dead on board here if we cast the Smashing and target the Yawgmoth. They could sack all these, but they don't even have to, right? This just dies. We go to 7, then they attack, and one thing dies, and they win. So it's not like we actually achieved anything. I think we're just dead on board as it is, right? Yeah, because this makes a creature. All right, we don't need to watch this. That some of the most annoying decks in Brawl showing up to make sure that we get utterly spanked. But now I get to be that annoying deck in Brawl. This is the fun part. If some deck gets overranked in queue, like Roxanne clearly is, then the thing that we get to do is now play the toxic decks. So that is my next build. Yawgmoth, Thran Physician.